Evening, friends, and welcome to tonight's review. This is probably going to be the last non-beer camp review. All that I have left in regards to new beers are the 12 beers part of the Sierra Nevada Beer Camp. So today I'm going to be reviewing one of my favorite beers in the entire world. This is, of course, Sierra Nevada Torpedo Extra IPA. This is essentially my favorite IPA. I love Sierra Nevada. And it's my favorite IPA, not because it hits all the perfect notes for me, but because it's just so available, and it's there, and best of all, it comes in a can. I tend to prefer things that come in cans, they tend to keep fresh longer. Nice pint can here. So we got our pint no-neck glass. Let's go and pour this good boy out. This tall boy out. No, I guess a pint can is not a tall boy. Smell them. Hot goodness. Perfect pour. A deep amber copper color, moderately carbonated, with a thick, fluffy, yellowish white head. This thing, I believe, is primarily citra hops that are used in it, but is a good mix of hops. In the head, can smell both pretty much the entire gamut of IPA odors. Immediately apparent is the fruity odor. In this case, it shades more towards papaya than towards citrus. There is still that citrus zing to it, but papaya is the main fruity smell that I get. They're sweet malts. You can smell the malts interplaying with the hops. There's some dank resinous, you know what there. Floral notes. Very high floral notes like honeysuckle. And finally, even a touch of pine resin. Though I don't find this one has a very strong pine resin smell to it. It's almost imperceptibly there. Just perfect balance on the front end. Thick mouthfeel, yet still sprightly carbonated. Sweet malts. They appear in the front. And then slowly guide into a strong, bitter, persisting hop finish. I don't get much of the grains in this because the hops really dominate the scene, but the malt is there. It is playing well with the hops. It is giving it an awesome mouthfeel and enough residual sweetness that it's not overwhelming, that the bitterness is not overwhelming. There's a sort of fruitiness in the mid palate. And there's this sprightly tropical fruitiness, but it descends into grapefruit, and then from the grapefruit it just moves into that pure hop bitterness with touches of pine resin. What's amazing is this changes up quite a bit as it warms. You don't want it too warm though. You probably don't want it past 65 degrees thereabouts. But you don't want it straight out of the fridge too. I'll never get tired of drinking this. So just as a note, this is pretty high amped for just a regular IPA. It's almost at the borderline of a double or an imperial IPA at 7.2 ABV. You definitely feel and taste the 7.2. That said, there's no booziness to it at all. You don't really taste the alcohol, but you can taste the thickness, you can taste the richness. Usually it leaves a very good lacing, not too much today, not sure why, maybe the glass is a bit dirty. Usually for this, the lacing is absolutely beautiful. Oh. What I love from a good IPA is that sort of lingering finish in the mouth that just sticks, you know, for a long time after. What I also love about an IPA is just an intense front end. It doesn't matter if it's sort of a dank or a bitter or a juicy front end, but just that it's intense. Which is why, despite my love of session beers, I don't really like session IPAs. There's nothing up front. Perhaps someday I'll review a session IPA. They're not very popular in Hawaii yet. If I was going to make a general call on this, though, I would say it definitely lean, especially on the taste side, it definitely leans more towards a drier, resiny, Pacific Northwesty style, unsurprisingly, West Coast style, but it's still pretty juicy. Right at that front end. That's why I like it so much. It gives you the best of both worlds. Well, folks, I've kind of run out of things to say on this. Torpedo Extra IPA. You can find it just about anywhere, since you can find Sierra Nevada just about anywhere. I highly recommend that you go and get it if you like IPAs. And if you don't like IPAs, well, there's plenty of Pilsners out there for you, man. Lagers. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. So, that's your beer review for tonight, folks. Prost and cheers.